USWA Championship Wrestling, joined by a special guest today, Craig Johnson. Craig also calls USWA matches. You're based in Dallas. I'm based in Memphis. It's rare the two of us are at the same desk. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I understand you're a legend in this town, so I will do my best to sit beside a legend here.
Well, have a good time. I think we've got a most interesting day coming up here. We got some great talent here. Mr. Excitement, Dick Slater. Dick Slater, until just recently, the holder of the Southern Heavyweight Championship belt. Joey Maggs will be here. Steve Kern coming in. Talk about a legend.
An exciting wrestler.
One of the fabulous ones. Steve Kern goes against the New York Brawler today. We'll have superstar Bill Dundee. Tojo has the great Samurai back here today, too. And we have a title match today. The USWA World Tag Team belts will be on the line. The champions, Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Gaylord, will be putting them on the line against the Dirty White Boy and Doug Gilbert. Dirty White Girl will be in their corner, too. So it should be quite a day coming up here today. You stay with us. Craig and I'll be back in just a moment. All dressed up today, escorting Joey Maggs to the ring. Boy, Joey is someone that I know you, Craig, have seen in the USWA and really looked good since we've had him around here.
Joey, one of the up-and-coming wrestlers, and if you can actually believe this is Sheikh Abdul Hussein.
Yes, indeed. In there with that flag, waving it around, and he's in all the Arab garb, and he also has those pointy-toe shoes on there that we've seen some of the Arab wrestlers wear before. Hussein.
Are we going to get a ceremony here?
I believe we are, perhaps. There's that little tiny Oriental rug. I don't know. It probably has a special name. Well, I don't know what that implies.
I would say it's a Persian rug, but with the things going on between Iran and Iraq, I don't think Persia is exactly the place to be.
That's true. Yeah, there's, all right, the little brief ceremony is over here. I guess he was facing the direction of, well, I don't know. Anyway, the headgear comes off. Joey Maggs has been watching all of this. Referee Jerry Calhoun has, too. Here we go! Opening match of the day. Sheikh Abdul Hussein going against Joey Maggs. One fall, 10-minute time limit.
This is my first opportunity, Dave, to see Sheikh Abdul Hussein. But from what I understand, in the amateur wrestling background, the Iranians have always done very well in Olympic competition. But this man from the Middle East, we haven't been told if he's from Iraq, Iran, or what part of the Middle East he's from.
That's exactly right. We just know he is from the Middle East. I don't think he talks too much. Has his manager over in the corner who is carrying a stick that looks pretty dangerous to me, about 3.5 feet long. They came in totally dressed in black, manager and the Sheikh too. Generally, when you see someone from the Middle East countries who are decked out in the Arab costume, you expect it to be white to reflect that heat over there, the sun. Oh, look out. The Sheikh, throwing a folding metal chair into the ring. Joey Maggs had really been working on the Sheikh. And the Sheikh is a little bit steamed here as he threw the chair in.
Joey Maggs giving him a real rough time here.
The Sheikh can't believe what happened to him here. Maybe the Sheikh thought he was going to have a match today. He wasn't going to have to work too hard and didn't realize that he was going to be going against somebody as tough as Joey Maggs is. Even though Joey is young, he is, he certainly has in tag team matches and in single matches, too. Sheikh Abdul Hussein, there he is, back to you right now. And Joey Maggs wading into the action. Dumped him right over the back. All right. kind of a modified backdrop where he used his own body weight to take him down and put a little extra push to him as Joey Maggs hit the mat. Oh, look out. Raked him in the eyes, didn't he?
Not a scientific move.
No. Followed with a chokehold, and that's an open-handed chop. That part was legal, but not that part. He got that hand wrapped around Joey Maggs' throat. He drops him down, shoulders are down, count is 1, 2, and 3. And Sheikh Abdul Hussein has just taken the victory here from Joey Maggs. 2 minutes, 43 seconds to time. Joey had things going his way, but all of a sudden, the Sheikh, if there was any doubt that whether he had respect for the rules or not, we now know he does not have any respect for the rules. As he was choking, he gouged him in the eyes. Joey Maggs gets beat. He's telling a referee exactly what happened. Danny Davis out.
Davis.
I think Danny is telling him, no use complaining. Don't worry about it. You lost this one, but it's okay. We'll come back and win another day, which is a good attitude to have.
And a good advice from the mentor.
Yeah, from a guy who knows, Danny Davis, let me tell you. We've got, talking about a guy who knows, somebody who's in quest of the unified world title. Take a look at him right here, the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol.
Championship wrestling excitement Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Opening up tag action, Jeff Gaylord and Joey Maggs battle the New York Brawler and Sheikh Abdul Hussein. Special event, winner gets a shot at the Southern Heavyweight title. Superstar Bill Dundee battles the Great Samurai with manager Tojo Yamamoto. Special challenge return match, money versus money, another $2,500 at stake. Nightmare Danny Davis versus Dirty Doug Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert put up another $2,500. Revenge match, no referee in the ring. Rick Al Brown versus the Dirty White Boy with the Dirty White Girl. USWA World Heavyweight title bout. Special referee, superstar Bill Dundee. Jerry the King Lawler defends the gold belt against hot stuff Eddie Gilbert Wednesday night in Evansville. And don't miss the action in Campbellsburg, Indiana, Thursday, November 8th. Bell time 7:30 at West Washington High School. Save $1 on advance tickets. Jeff Jarrett and Bill Dundee will be in Campbellsburg on the 8th of November. And don't miss the action Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Be there.
Yes, it's going to happen this week right here. I'm finally going to get the chance I've been waiting for. I'm going to be the next world heavyweight champion. And all you people up there may just be thinking, well, how does he know this? How does he know with superstar Bill Dundee as a special referee that he may be the winner? Well, people, if you haven't heard by now, the superstar, the only thing he's worried about is the #1 contender to the world title. That #1 contender right now is Jeff Jarrett. To be the #1 contender, you must be the Southern Heavyweight Champion. So Bill Dundee is not going to pay favorites, Lawler. He's not going to care who wins or loses. He may even just think he can beat me, and he may just help me become the next USWA World Unified Champion. And I want to tell you, people, I'd a lot rather for it to happen here than any other place I know in the old USA. Me, World Champion.
Well, the USWA ring girls are at ringside. The two opponents are now in the ring. Lou Fabiano, the New York Brawler, is going to be going against Nightmare Danny Davis in this one-fall match. Craig, we've got a visitor over here behind us.
It's been a peaceful day thus far, but Mr. Downtown Bruno has joined us.
Yes, sir. Now it's going to be an insightful day because you can learn from my experience, from my knowledge. You know, it's been Dave's pleasure to work with Downtown Bruno for years. It's a new pleasure for you. I just let you know what I'm doing out here today, not only to help you folks, but to watch the New York Brawler, Lou Fabiano. I've got my eye on him. I know there's a lot of people got their eye on Lou Fabiano. A lot of people have their eye on Downtown Bruno. Just to put it this way, real simple, there's a big deal fixing to go down in the USWA. I really can't get into it right now, but it involves myself, it involves the Brawler Fabiano, and it involves this man right here, the Sheik. He's got his eye on a lot of different wrestlers in the USWA, and me and him are fixing to cut a big deal. It's going to rock this place all the way to the rafters, baby. Believe it. Because when Downtown Bruno talks, you don't lie, because it's like Mama says. It bees that way sometimes, Daddy.
Downtown Bruno out here scouting New York Brawler Lou Fabiano. Sheik Abdul Hussein and his manager are out here scouting too, apparently. There they are, just standing at ringside. They're about 10 feet from the ring, just watching the action. I don't know who they're scouting. I don't know. Maybe they may be scouting New York Brawler too. You may get into a bidding war with them. May cost you some money, Bruno. Or they may be scouting Danny Davis.
Well, Dave, let me explain one thing to you, brother. Nobody out-scouts, nobody outbids, nobody out-manages Downtown Bruno. It's a fact. For years, I've been the legend in the USWA. And as far as Lou Fabiano is concerned, Danny Davis is a real good wrestler. He's a great athlete. He used to be a great manager. He's not in the same league as Lou Fabiano, and that's why I'm out here looking at the Brawler. I'm not looking at Danny Davis, because he's no match for Downtown Bruno. He's no match for the New York Brawler. Once again, it's like Mama says, it bees that way sometimes.
Well, I think it's a good thing you're not out here scouting Danny Davis, because I know Danny Davis is already turned down an association with a couple of folks in the USWA, and I really can't speak for Danny.
Him into my Downtown connection. He's waiting.
I really think he
Keep waiting.
he would certainly turn you down, is what I think.
That's all the girls do to you, right, Dave?
Bruno, if that's enough, you're welcome to stand over next to the Sheik if you would like to and leave us alone here.
He's not my type.
Lou Fabiano, the New York Brawler, he's working that pressure point on the left side of the neck. Danny Davis, boy, this will really sap your strength. It hurts. I mean, you know, if you've ever had somebody grab you there, you can tell. Danny Davis says, I'm hanging in here, though. Get back on my feet. Maybe I can break out of this.
Davis is one of those never-say-die competitors.
Exactly.
Never says it.
Excellent point.
Experiences it consistently. Who's on top right here? That was an illegal low kick right there. An illegal low kick. That's the only way he can come out on top in a match with Lou Fabiano, by cheating. That's the fourth or fifth low kick, and now he's using a closed fist.
Wait.
It's a wrestling match, not a boxing match, but the referee doesn't seem to be doing anything about it. That was just like you, Dave Brown. He's just like you. He likes to see these guys that he likes cheat.
That was not cheating there, Bruno. That's your version. That was not a low kick that I saw. Here's a count of two. Boy, New York Brawler almost had him there for a 3 count. It would have been a good win for the Brawler had he been able to get the 3 count right there. And the Brawler now trying to take control of the action here. Bruno may be on to something.
But the Brawler gets it.
Right now, he had the sight.
You go point it out. I didn't see him pulling tights, did you?
Of course not. It was overconfidence on the Brawler's part. He was celebrating the win 1 count too soon.
You're exactly right. And Lou Fabiano, the New York Brawler, rolls out of the ring. And Bruno says, you did good. I know he cheated. You should have won. That's not the way it was. Danny Davis, fair and square, outsmarted him. He was thinking.
There's something big getting ready to happen in the USWA, and Downtown Bruno's going to be a part of it. The Brawler's going to be part of it. And remember, Danny Davis had the tights. I saw it with my own 4 eyes.
Bruno, take it on out of here. Your guy lost. There's no doubt about it. That is all there is to it. And that is it. Danny Davis gets a win. Here comes Jeff Jarrett right here. Jeff has got that new Southern Heavyweight Championship belt. Jeff, congratulations, first of all. Hey, Jeff. Congratulations on having that belt.
Well, first things first, Dave. I want to talk about what happened this past Monday night. There was a round-robin tournament between myself Jerry Lawler, Dundee, and Eddie Gilbert.
That's right, and the winner of that was to get that first-round bye in the tournament.
Exactly, and I was going for my third win. I was wrestling Jerry Lawler, and I got knocked out of the ring, and Jerry Lawler was down inside the ring, and the next thing I know, Eddie Gilbert comes up from behind, throws me into a post, and I end up getting counted out. But, Dave, I got my revenge, and in the final match of the night, it was Lawler against Gilbert, and we know who the number 1 seed is, don't we?
That's right.
But now I want to talk about the Southern Belt. You know, Dave, this belt has been held by a lot of great champions. Jerry Lawler, Jackie Fargo, the Greens, the list goes on. And when you hold this belt, there's a lot of prestige to it. And this past week, I had a match against Dick Slater, and he's got a worldwide reputation. He's definitely no rookie to the ring because I guess some people may call this an upset win. But I'm just glad that I won this belt. I feel like going into these matches that I've got coming up in the next couple of weeks, I've got a match against Bill Dundee. I've got several title defenses coming up, and I'm looking forward to them because when you hold this belt, you got a lot of guys running at you. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, watch yourself here. Speaking of guys running after you, here's hot stuff Eddie Gilbert out here. And Eddie, you're welcome to say what you want.
I know you wanted to come look at the new belt, Eddie.
You know, Dave, I was listening to Craig Johnson's commentary earlier. Everybody seems to be talking about the USWA world title. But you know, I'll tell you something, a belt, it means just as much to me, if not even a little more, Jeff Jarrett, you have in your hand right there. That's a Southern heavyweight title. You can stand out here and you can say that your dream is to be the world champion. You can say that maybe half that dream now is winning the Southern heavyweight title. You say that some people are calling it an upset. I'm calling it a big upset. Nobody expected you to beat Dick Slater. As a matter of fact, Jeff Jarrett, if I really had to think about it, first off, you cost me the number 1 seed in the world title tournament.
Well, hey, fair play is fair play, and you got exactly what you deserve.
Oh, is that right? Well, Jeffrey Jarrett, let me say this. Dave Brown stated that at one time, your first year in wrestling, you were the Rookie of the Year. Well, Dave, you failed to mention that in 1979, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert was the Rookie of the Year.
That's
true. You
true.
think maybe that has something to do with his dad paying your salary, huh, out here? No? You don't think that maybe the reason why Jeff Jarrett mentioned Bill Dundee's name and you didn't mention my name as a contender for the Southern heavyweight title?
Well, if you wouldn't come out here and interrupt my interview, maybe I'd have got to your stinking name.
Jeff Jarrett, that belt is mine. That belt belongs to me. When I was a kid, I always dreamed of being the Southern heavyweight champion. Now, I know just like yourself and myself, 2 second-generation wrestlers, that everybody always said, well, Jeff Jarrett had a silver spoon put in his mouth. His daddy did this. His daddy did that. Well, I know both of them. Both of us had to go through that. My dad being Tommy Gilbert, your dad being Jerry Jarrett. We're both sons of wrestlers. Everybody said, oh, it was all given to them. Well, I'll say not. I've seen you wrestle some very tough matches. But I will say this. As far as I'm concerned, you've got the belt right now, but the way I figure it, your dad, your granddad, Eddie Marlin, are just going to protect you, just like they did when Jerry Lawler was the Southern heavyweight champion. They wouldn't let anybody else that was any good ever take the belt away from them, ever have a chance.
The only place that's a minute, Eddie. You're out here running your mouth. I'll give you a title shot anytime, anywhere. But today is not the place, and you're out here saying that Jerry Lawler was protected. Well, Eddie Gilbert, I just want to get some things right out here in the open. You're out here talking about Jerry Lawler being protected. He's never been protected from day one. Whatever he's got in this great sport, he earned. And whatever I'm going to get out of this sport, I'm going to earn. I earned this belt, and this isn't your interview time, and you could just...
No, you're not. No, you're not. Now you want to boss me around? You know what the problem is? You're just thinking right now that someday you're going to be signing my paycheck. The only thing you care about is being Jerry Jarrett's son. That's the only thing you care about. Eddie Marlin gives you all the matches you want. That's all it's ever going to be.
Come on, guys.
They're going to protect you. Granddad Marlin will come out here and protect you, huh?
Hey, Eddie.
Huh? Is your dad going to come out here and sign all the matches for you? No one's ever going to give me a title.
Hey, you just wait just a minute. You know what I think your problem is, Gilbert? I think you're a little mentally deranged because ever since you've come back in this area, you've tried to make a name off of Jerry Lawler. And now you're going to try to do it to me. But I think your problem is you're going through a stinking divorce, and this is your
Don't
second...
talk about my personal You don't talk about my personal life that way, man. Now, you have freckles, I'm telling the truth about your old man, about Eddie Mullins. That's all your matches.
No.
That's all you care about. That's the only reason why... That's the only reason why he's in this tournament.
Just a minute. Hey, Eddie Gilbert, you're just a little bit off. You know why? Because Jerry Lawler has stayed around this territory for his whole career and made a name. And that's looking at the new king. No, you're not. I'm going to stay around here. Yeah, Lawler's got offers to go all over the world for every federation in the country. He doesn't go. I've got offers, and I don't go. You went, and you tried, and you found out you couldn't do it.
No, that's not true. I keep going.
No,
I keep going. I keep going. You can't stop
just
me.
get out of here.
Well, I'll leave.
Yeah, you better.
Come on, Eddie. Eddie Gilbert, I don't know.
Where's Jerry and Eddie Mullins at now? Get your dad out here.
That head cut open, hit him with that shoe. Come on, Eddie. Eddie Gilbert jumping Jeff Jarrett. Said he was leaving, turned and blindsided Jeff. And cut him wide open. Right in the forehead. Oh, Jeff nails Eddie Gilbert. There's Eddie Marlin out. Eddie, be careful. There they are battling on the floor. Here comes Sam Lowe out. See if the two of them can get them apart. Oh, Eddie Gilbert has just knocked Sam Lowe, his manager, down to the mat. Let's get some more help out here. If anybody's watching a monitor, here comes Doug Gilbert. Here come Bill Dundee, Danny Davis, Jeff Gaylord, Brickhouse Brown. Well, they've got them separated now, Craig.
Not for long.
Yeah, the question is, well, Jeff not happy with some of the things that Eddie had said. Anyway, these two just said there's no love lost between them. They pointed out they are both second-generation wrestlers. But I can tell you for a fact that Jeff Jarrett and I must say, in fairness, Eddie Gilbert, they have both earned whatever they have won in the wrestling business by doing it in matches. I see Tony Anthony, Dirty White Boy, out here trying to help out, too. Again, they've got them apart.
Eddie's trying to make an example out of every single person here.
Well, you're exactly right. And, boy, look out. Gilbert got loose and came roaring back out after Jeff Jarrett. I thought they had him on the way back to the dressing room, and he was on the way, but they didn't get him there. Now that Sam Lowe, Tony Anthony, and Doug Gilbert pull him apart, too. Eddie Marlin said something to him. I don't know what. But they are dragging Eddie Gilbert out of here while they're holding Jeff Jarrett back to keep them apart. They still don't have Eddie out of the area altogether. Let's hang on until they do. They got it separated. Jeff, my goodness, boy, he hit him with that shoe, with the heel of his shoe, and he popped a cut open on his forehead there. Now they got him out of here. Let's regroup, Greg. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Championship wrestling excitement Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Opening up tag action, Jeff Gaylord and Joey Maggs battle the New York Brawler and Sheik Abdul Hussein. Special event, winner gets a shot at the Southern Heavyweight title. Superstar Bill Dundee battles the Great Samurai with manager Tojo Yamamoto. Special challenge return match, money versus money, another $2,500 at stake. Nightmare Danny Davis versus Dirty Doug Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert's put up another $2,500. Revenge match, no referee in the ring. Brickhouse Brown versus the Dirty White Boy with the Dirty White Girl. USWA's World Heavyweight title bout. Special referee, superstar Bill Dundee. Jerry the King Lawler defends the gold belt against hot stuff Eddie Gilbert Wednesday night in Evansville. And don't miss the action in Campbellsburg, Indiana, Thursday, November 8th. Bell time 7:30 at West Washington High School. Save $1 on advance tickets. Jeff Jarrett and Bill Dundee will be in Campbellsburg on the 8th of November. And don't miss the action Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Be there.
Here after all that action, Craig, welcome.
Thank you.
Boy, I tell you what. Yeah, let's see here.
Clean up later. Let's continue.
We've got a match coming up right now. Superstar Bill Dundee is due in here against Tojo Yamamoto's Great Samurai. Should be a fine match. Here comes Jerry Calhoun.
I remember the Samurai came out last week. He wanted to show his talent and show how good he was. He almost didn't get a chance to. Now he's got a real test against a former holder of the Southern Heavyweight title, Superstar Bill Dundee. There's Tojo.
There's Tojo Yamamoto. Someone once described Tojo as the most evil man ever in wrestling. And I tell you what, he's been a tough one over the years. Still rugged in his role as a manager. He's got the Rising Sun flag, which he's folding up right now. But more importantly, perhaps, he carries that kendo stick. And I think Bill Dundee right now is saying, Tojo, keep that kendo stick folded up along with the flag. Samurai. Samurai speaks virtually no English. He doesn't have to. I guess Tojo interprets everything for him. Tojo Yamamoto. There is the Great Samurai right there.
Samurai, a very large competitor. You usually don't expect that out of the Japanese. He might have a sumo background.
Possibly so. You're right. He is quite large. Size and weight. He'll go in there with the biggest and best of them.
Bowing to Superstar Bill Dundee. And once again, here's the Sheik.
Yeah, Sheik Abdul Hussein from Iraq. We have confirmed. I guess that's an Iraqi flag, too. Strange with all that's going on. I didn't know what the Iraqi flag looked like, but I guess I do now.
And if downtown Bruno has something going to try to purchase the contract, would that violate the trade embargo?
That's an interesting point, yeah.
Superstar Bill Dundee with that armbar, and they're trying to wear down the big guy.
He's a tough one. Bill Dundee hanging on to that left arm as Samurai is up on one knee, now back up on his feet. Whoa, he yanked his hair. Grabbed a handful of Bill Dundee's hair and pulled him down to the mat.
Well, Tojo has taught him well.
Tojo had that sly little grin on his face as he walked back around the ring. Now Tojo's over here with a word for the Sheik and his manager. Here comes Tojo this way.
Right here, I want to tell you, I don't support the embargo. Now I'm negotiating with Mr. Sheik Abdullah Hussein.
Well, you just mentioned the violation of the embargo. Tojo said he doesn't support any embargo. He's going to try to negotiate with the Sheik. We could have a real problem here if you get Tojo Yamamoto, the Sheik, and downtown Bruno. If they're all trying to make deals, if they should get together, that could be an awesome group, let me tell you.
Superstar Bill Dundee was about to change the fortunes of the Samurai right there, but decided the better of it.
A chop by Samurai back on the rope. Referee Jerry Calhoun verifies it's okay. It's all right to do it with the side of the hand. You just can't jab somebody with the point of the finger. There's again that chop. And that can be incredibly devastating, again, taught by Tojo Yamamoto.
The martial arts always devastating. A lot of people don't think they have any place in wrestling, but the Japanese competitors do it better than anyone. And there's Tojo.
Yeah, the Tojo and the kendo stick. Referee is close by, but now he does not see what's going on as Tojo's using that stick to choke Bill Dundee. And he pops him in the back just for good measure.
And a lot of people wonder what the secret of that kendo stick is, made of bamboo. It's made of many pieces of bamboo, and when you hit somebody with it, it'll pinch you as it hits you. So that's what the pain of the kendo stick is all about.
Samurai, body slam, Bill Dundee. Samurai says, hey, got my elbow ready. Bill Dundee says, fine with me, I'm out of here. As he moves out of the way, and Samurai ended up hitting the mat. Dundee caught him with a doubled up right fist, no doubt about it. Bill makes no apologies. He just nailed him twice with it.
Kangaroos aren't the only thing that box out of Australia. Superstar Bill Dundee does it with the best of them.
Bill Dundee picking up the Japanese Samurai. Dundee backs him into a corner. Whoa, Samurai reverses and Bill catches himself. Going to press him out of the corner, but press the referee instead. Jerry Calhoun's on the mat. Look out. The Sheik jumps in there and nails Dundee. The Sheik in the ring, and now Tojo passes that kendo stick to him. The referee has come to and calls for the bell to be rung.
Superstar Bill Dundee out of the way.
Yeah, he's out of there. Billy's going to win it. There's a hand raised. It's a technical loss due to outside interference. So Bill is going to get the victory. Yeah, Craig, you want to grab Bill? Maybe get a word with Bill about some of the upcoming action here.
Superstar Bill Dundee used to taking on one opponent, have to take on three guys. Good to see you, Bill.
Let me tell that slam-eyed little jet something, and this Aaron something. You want a piece of me, brother? You don't have to come sneaking in. Just go sign your name on the dotted line, brother. You want to fight me, or he wants to fight me, I ain't hard to find. Just come look for me.
Bill Dundee going back after Samurai and the Sheik. With a great equalizer, the steel champ.
Samurai is saying, come on in here, but Bill wisely heads back for the dressing area.
We were supposed to talk to superstar Bill Dundee, but I guess he's had enough with the trio of terror, Dave.
Yeah, I guess so. Tell you what, let's take a break. We'll be back with more action for you in a moment. Stay with us. It's a check right here. If you were watching last week, Eddie Gilbert brought out a check for $2,500 and said, if Danny Davis can beat my brother Doug, I will give him a check for $2,500. Mr. Davis,
That's exactly right.
there's your check.
I knew you were holding this day for. I just got a couple things I want to say. There's a couple of friends I met last Thursday up in Jackson, Tennessee, up the north cell block. I want to say hi to all y'all. Hang in there. It's going to get better. Now, this right here is Eddie Gilbert's money, and all y'all know what it's for because I beat his brother. And so, Dave, you presented me with a check. You know, I'd like to tell you and Joey a little history about the Gilbert family and myself. You know, last week we was out here, Doug come out here and was telling everybody about his brother and this. Well, a few years ago, we were in Alabama. And, you know, Doug came to me, and he wanted some advice about his matches because he wasn't doing too good. His brother Eddie was also there, but Eddie was always busy. He didn't have time. It wasn't that he didn't want to. It's just he was busy with main event matches, and he didn't have time to mess with little Doug. Well, let me tell you something. Doug came to me and wanted me to help him, so I did. Doug turned out to be a winner. And now, I don't know what's, you know, the Gilbert family seems to have gotten together, and the last thing I know is we went our separate ways, and that...
All right, Doug. Doug, you lost the match and the money.
You never beat me, Danny Davis. Never. You never beat me. He never beat me.
1, 2, 3.
I guess your brother going to come out here on interview this week? No, Danny Davis. My brother's not going to come out here on the interview this week because people like you have to have appointments to talk to my brother. But to show you one thing, he's got a lot of faith in me. He's got $2,500 more and says I can beat you. And let me tell you one thing, Danny Davis. When you mess with the Memphis Mafia, you never come out on top, so you just better remember. Oh, now you just listen to me. I gave you some advice. I gave you good advice. And what you want to do, you want to listen to your stinking brother and take the shortcuts? Well, that's your business. And if your brother is so stupid that he wants to put up $2,500 more, I'll just take it.
All right, you want to leave this check there?
We'll see, Dave, if he takes it right. You just keep that, and I'll be picking it back up from you.
He didn't win the first time, Sam. As a matter of fact, he didn't. Well, I have another check to hold, so if Danny Davis can win this one, then he's going to have a total of $5,000 of Mr. Eddie Gilbert's money. So that's
a little kink out of the checkbook there.
Pretty nice one to put in the bank, no doubt about it. Let's take a look right now at someone who's seeking a World Unified title. I don't have to introduce him to you. The Boogie Woogie Man.
Let's see it, mama. Let's do it again. I can roll it into Memphis, USWA. Tell all the ladies and some cuties on his way. I'm a rocker and a roller, a little funky Jew. I was raised by a gypsy, you know, handsome's cool. I was born in New York City, San Francisco town. Tell all the women.
Championship wrestling excitement Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Opening up tag action, Jeff Gaylord and Joey Maggs battle the New York Brawler and Sheik Abdul Hussein. Special events, winner gets a shot at the Southern Heavyweight title. Superstar Bill Dundee battles the Great Samurai with manager Tojo Yamamoto. Special challenge return match, money versus money, another $2,500 at stake. Nightmare Danny Davis versus Dirty Doug Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert's put up another $2,500. Revenge match, no referee in the ring. Rick Al Brown versus the Dirty White Boy with the Dirty White Girl. USWA World Heavyweight title bout. Special referee, superstar Bill Dundee. Jerry the King Lawler defends the gold belt against hot stuff Eddie Gilbert Wednesday night in Evansville. And don't miss the action in Campbellsburg, Indiana, Thursday, November 8th. Bell time 7:30 at West Washington High School. Save $1 on advance tickets. Jeff Jarrett and Bill Dundee will be in Campbellsburg on the 8th of November. And don't miss the action Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Be there.
I want to first apologize to the fans out there for this a little bit of a rough appearance, but believe me, I feel mighty fine because, as you can see, I now have the Unified World Heavyweight Championship belt back where it belongs, around the waist of the king. And I haven't been in this town in a long, long time, but I am coming back, and I'm going to walk into that ring strutting my stuff with this belt in hand and facing none other than the low-life, stinking jerk, Eddie Gilbert. And Eddie Gilbert, I know you think in the past you've had it all your way. Well, brother, it's going to be a different story this week because the gold is on the line. And if you think for 1 minute that I'm going to let a scumball like you take my heavyweight championship belt that I went through 21 of the best wrestlers in the world to get, you got another thing coming. And in the past, some little thing might have happened and the referee might not have seen everything that was going on and your jerk outside gave you the unfair advantage. But this week, Bill Dundee is the special referee. So, Eddie Gilbert, you're getting your one and last shot.
In the ring right now, Doug Gilbert and the Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony. Dirty White Girl you see right there at ringside. They are set to go as they challenge for the USWA World Tag Team Championship belts. Champion Jeff Gaylord coming out here with both of them around his shoulders. Eddie Marlin is here.
I just want to explain to you, Jeff Jarrett's back there, and he's not going to be able to wrestle in this match, and it was unwise for Jeff Gaylord to come out here and try to defend both belts. Joey Maggs offered his assistance, so it will be a tag team title match. It'll be Joey Maggs and Jeff Gaylord.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Eddie. Of course, Jeff Jarrett jumped by Eddie Gilbert a little bit earlier and is not going to be able to be here. So Joey Maggs has stepped in as a substitute partner for Jeff Gaylord, and the belts are on the line still, even though there's been a substitution here. The belts are on the line.
Downtown Bruno, what are you doing here?
I'm here to give you some expert advice, commentary, opinions. And let me ask you something, brother. You want to get in on my good side here, your first week here in Memphis, Tennessee. Why didn't you tell me that goofy Jeff Gaylord was going to walk over here? Why didn't you tell me that? Because I don't want to deal with him this morning. And by the way, those are my belts. He's just holding them for now. He's watching them for me. But those are Downtown Bruno's championship belts. Believe that.
I don't believe that. I believe they belong to whoever can win them in the ring. Joey Maggs in here again as a substitute for Jeff Jarrett. Jeff injured earlier today and not able to continue. Joey Joey, though, is a former co-holder of these belts.
That's right.
So it's not like he has just walked in off the street.
The hair pull.
Yep, I saw that. Doug Gilbert nailed him. Yeah, you didn't see a thing. I'm not surprised you didn't see it, Bruno.
Need to check your prescription.
Yeah.
Prescription. I tell you what, the other day I was driving my car and had a wreck because my prescription ran out while I was going down the highway. But anyway, let me get back to the match here. What you got is a dirty white boy and Hitman Doug Gilbert. You got the beautiful dirty white girl there, one of the top tag teams in the USWA. I'm sorry that they're not in my stable in my downtown connection, but I'm proud to be associated with them. I'm proud to be their friend. As far as Jeff Gaylord's concerned, he used to be part of my downtown connection, but I booted him out. I kicked him out. I fired him. And the reason why is he wasn't good enough to be a part of Bruno's downtown connection. So I don't know what makes him think him and his goofy, what do you call him, the farmer tag team champion, the farmer Joey Maggs is from the farm, Iowa someplace. You actually think they've got a chance to beat Tony Anthony and Doug Gilbert? I don't think so.
Jeff Gaylord taking charge with a series of those Tiger clotheslines.
Oh, look at that.
Look, every time he gets to me, he pulls down the
No, he was not pulling the tights at all. He was just picking them up in the air with that superior upper body strength and slamming them. And now it's conference time. Dirty white boy, Doug Gilbert, dirty white girl. And she is saying, come on, guys, you can do it.
I know they can do it. I just know they can do it. That's why they're friends of mine, because they're great wrestlers. They're great athletes. Oh, sure, Gaylord, he's a great athlete. And Joey Maggs, he's a good athlete, too. But, brother, the bottom line comes right down to this. Good and great, see?
Ah, yes. Bottom line comes down to Tony Anthony. If you'll let me explain what happened, Tony Anthony nailing Jeff Gaylord with that whip that dirty white girl handed to him out on the apron. That's what happened. Third-party interference and a 4-0.
If it's not bad enough that it's an unfamiliar team with Gaylord and Maggs, they have to go 2-on-3 with the dirty white girl outside.
Maybe 2-on-4 if you count that whip she carries with her, too.
It even has the Calhoun's on their side. The referee's always been on the side.
Come on, Bruno.
Where are we going? I'm just telling the truth.
Downtown Bruno with his version of the truth over here. It has to be pointed out. I
The
think
opinions expressed by Downtown Bruno are his own. Thank goodness.
And only his
I'm
own.
proud of it, baby. I'm very proud of it.
Jeff Gaylord whipped into the ropes. Doug Gilbert clotheslines him. A close one as he was just coming off the ropes there. He had full power and almost full speed as he ran into Gaylord. There's a tag made on Tony Anthony, the dirty white boy.
See that, Dave? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And what I was getting at before Dave interrupted me, there is 4 good athletes in that ring, 4 very good athletes. But there is only one great tag team, and that's White Boy and Hitman.
Here's Eddie Marlin over here.
Greg, did you see Jeff Jarrett's out here? I advised him not to come out here. He said he was his own man. So there he is, and I'll get Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett is back, and he has... he's back. This is the way the match was scheduled.
To be here.
No, he shouldn't be. He's out here in street clothes, and his head cut open earlier by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. But Jeff, well, it's the championship belts are on the line. I can understand Jeff's feeling. I'm just not sure it's a wise move.
And here he comes.
Here's Jeff. Boy, maybe it was a wise move. Look at him. Oh, I'm looking under the ring, and I'm seeing Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert looking out from under the ring. Over near Dirty White Boy's corner. Yeah, see him right there? That's Eddie Gilbert under the ring. Doug Gilbert stumbling back toward the ring apron.
Why are you telling on Eddie Gilbert?
Well, he's right there on camera. I don't really have to say anything. Look at that, Gilbert holding his leg. Holding his foot as Jeff trying to get back into the ring. Referee's tolling the count. This could cost Jeff a match right here. What's the count? The count's 10. That's it. He was counted out. Can you believe that? Counted out. Counted out as Eddie Gilbert was over here holding his foot.
It was Gilbert. Gilbert was under the ring.
Eddie Gilbert under the ring, holding the foot of Jeff Jarrett, would not let him back in the ring. The referee is saying, I counted to 10. You weren't in there. What a strange set of events here for the belts to change hands, and they just have. The referee counted out Jeff Jarrett, so Jarrett and Gaylord have just lost those World Tag Team titles to the team of Doug Gilbert and the Dirty White Boy. Wow.
Eddie Gilbert out of control, and now he's cost Jeff one half of the tag team titles. I think that those two are destined for a meeting soon.
I think you're right. We're destined to have more USWA action here, and we'll be back with it in a moment. World Tag Titles changing hands right here today. Speaking of world champion wrestlers, that caliber, here comes a guy right here who is one of the toughest guys anywhere in wrestling, the fabulous one, Steve Kerr. And Steve, welcome. Good to have you in the area here.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a pleasure, Dave. You know, coming back up into this area is like coming home for me. The state of Florida is beautiful, but my heart belongs to this area. I became famous in this area as a fabulous one, under Jackie Fargo. Often imitated, but never duplicated. There's been a lot of attempts to be fabulous ones, but nobody fills those shoes. I'll say this, though. I've seen some changes since I've been gone. I've seen some guys turn from kids into men. I've seen some new competition come in the area, and wrestling is as hot as it's ever been. But I'll tell you one thing. I stand 6'1", 235 pounds. I'm in the top 10 in the world. I'm blue twisted steel, and if you want to step in the ring with a fabulous one, you got to walk the walk and talk the talk, and don't back down, because I'm going to be coming right at you. All of these guys in this area have great potential. Jackie Fargo is to walk out into this area right now and start looking for maybe a set of fabulous ones. He might find one. And this kid turned man right here, when I left, wasn't this big, wasn't this bad, but I'm sure proud of him after I seen what happened to him today on television. He's in for a long road. It's going to be a hard one, but I got a lot of confidence in him, Jeff.
Steve, I hate to interrupt your interview. And you know, like you just said, Eddie Gilbert, every time I say your name, it just makes me sick in my stomach. Yeah, he's the original fabulous one, and you tried to duplicate him, and you couldn't get the job done. You tried to come in here and make a name on Jerry Lawler, and you couldn't get the job done. And now you're looking at the Southern Heavyweight Champion. And, brother, you ain't going to make a name on me and nobody else. And I'm going to prove that to you.
Jeff Jarrett. Well said, Jeff. And I understand how upset he is, especially at Gilbert.
Well, obviously, you know, something happens like this on the set, Dave. Somebody's trying to do something to create a situation to make a name for themselves. I mean, competition is competition. And these people in Memphis, Louisville, Evansville, Nashville, every place I've ever been, basically have seen the finest in competition, and I know that as a fact. I'm standing out here in this suit. I kind of got a Dave Brown look-alike suit on, don't I? Things haven't changed here, Dave. It's excitement personified, and I'm just glad to be back. I feel like I'm home.
Steve, we are glad to have you back home, and I know you're going to be at several of the arenas around the territory in the coming days, and I hope the fans will be right there at ringside looking for you.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm going to tell you something. Wrestlers sometimes don't understand. Without fans, they wouldn't make a living. Without fans, when they got hurt, they wouldn't get back up. Without fans, there wouldn't be a wrestling business. I appreciate the wrestling fans, and these people will tell you. The one thing Jackie Fargo told me, it's nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. Thank you very much.
Good words. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for joining us here today, and we'll be looking for you at the arenas around the USWA. Yeah, go ahead, Craig.
Class act, Steve Kerr, no doubt about that.
Boy, I tell you, what a class guy he is. He is, as part of the Fabulous Ones team, I have never seen a tag team turn on the wrestling world like that team did right there when they were together and really wrestling all around the territory. And, of course, Steve, a championship wrestler himself, as he mentioned, down around the state of Florida, and it's just great to have him here.
Speaking of the tag team situation, new tag team champions, the Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, and Doug Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert might as well be wearing one of the straps himself with all that he had to do with it.
You're right. He gave him a definite assist today, a big assist, as he held Jeff out of the ring, and that Jeff Jarrett was counted out. So Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Gaylord are no longer the holders of the USWA World Tag Titles. Other matches here today, we got our first look at Sheikh Abdul Hussein from Iraq and his manager. They were out scouting talent. He won his match here today. Also, we saw Danny Davis getting a victory over the New York Brawler, and which he just kind of outsmarted him. He kept his wits about him and outsmarted him. Bill Dundee gets a win over the Great Samurai by technical loss due to outside interference, and then brand new World Tag Team Champions, as you just mentioned. Craig Johnson, it is great to have you with us here today, too.
Well, it's been a pleasure being here, and I look forward to seeing some of the fans in the near future. It's been great working with you.
Very good. We'll look for you back very shortly, we hope, right here on USWA Championship Wrestling. Until next week, I'm Dave Brown saying I hope you'll join us. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.
Dave Brown here at ringside with all these great USWA fans for another day of USWA Championship Wrestling. Today, we got quite a match scheduled for you. Nightmare Danny Davis will be along very shortly here in the opening match. A little bit later on, a team called the Internationals, presented by Tojo Yamamoto. We're talking about Sheik Abdul Hussein and the Great Samurai, yeah. You maybe hear the response from the crowd here, and a lot of folks feel that same way about the Internationals, which the team will be here a bit later on. Doug Gilbert and Dirty White Boy will be along, too. They hold the USWA World Tag Team titles, and they will be here in action this very day. We've got lots more. We're going to review the recent tournament, which was held, too, and we'll be back with the opening action for you in just a moment. The Twilight Zone right there. Nebula and Quasar. They came in assaulting the crowd. Here come a couple of fan favorites right there. That's Joey Maggs, and right there, Nightmare Danny Davis. Tag team action coming up here. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Joey and Danny Davis will be going against the Twilight Zone here. Referee Jerry Calhoun telling everybody, let's get the warm-up jackets out of the ring, and we're going to be set to go. Well, if I can figure out how to ring the bell, there we go. We're underway. Looks like it's Quasar starting for the Twilight Zone, and Joey Maggs starting for his team. Joey paired with a tough veteran, Danny Davis, today. Danny, I'm sure, glad to be back into tag team action. He is much happier wrestling tag team than he is as a single wrestler, and he is an excellent single wrestler. Of course, Danny and his former partner, Ken Wayne, as the Nightmares, built an international reputation. Danny back today in tag team action with Joey Maggs. Joey wraps up the left arm. Quasar makes the tag on Danny Davis. Danny comes in. Quasar looking for a tag in the corner. He got it. Nebula, this is the taller of the two Twilight Zone members. He goes in to tie it up with Danny Davis, and Danny slipped back out of the way. Covers him, can't hold him for a 3 count, though. He got a 1 count. Look at Danny Davis take him down to the mat. He just grabbed that arm and kept the momentum going, and Nebula found himself on the mat. Here's Joey Maggs back in. Boy, a couple of good moves from Joey. Tell you what, Danny Davis has kind of taken Joey Maggs under his wing and kind of been a protege type arrangement where he is teaching Joey Maggs the fine points of tag team wrestling. Look at that. Looks like it's worked out well. Danny Davis will be coming back in after the tag. He grabs Nebula, dumps him over the back. Nebula shaken visibly. Danny picks him up, slams him again, and now goes for the cover. Count is 1. Oh, can't make it stick, and Quasar was headed that way to break it up had he gotten a little bit closer to the 3 count. Well, Twilight Zone makes a tag out, and this will be Quasar coming in. Danny Davis, nice move, slips around behind him. Ends up hooking that left arm. Quasar back on his feet. They're over near the corner. While Danny is there, he makes the tag. Here's Joey Maggs coming back in. Joey grabs the left arm. Puts a little half twist on it. Quasar reaches around and rakes him across the eyes with a finger. Does it again while Joey is back in the corner. Slings him into the turnbuckles. Then went in there after him. There again, he's going for the eyes. Tag made by the Twilight Zone. They double him up. Send him into the rope. Joey ducks under the double clothesline. Powers both of them down to the mat. Over to the corner. Boy, there's a great move by Joey. Had to be a great temptation for Joey to go over and try to get the 3 count, but he did the right thing, and no doubt Danny Davis's influence came into play there. He went to the corner. He got the tag on Danny Davis, and now Danny is in, the fresher of the two, in to do battle with Nebula. Shoulders down. Boy, one of those you got to watch. Good move by Twilight Zone. Give it to him. Now they double up Danny in the corner. That's not a good move. That's illegal. One holding him up there while the other one puts a knee to the midsection. 3.5 minutes gone in this match. Oh, Danny hangs onto the rope. To the Twilight Zone. Drop kick, nothing but the air as they were set up for the double drop kick. Nebula out of the ring. Quasar stays in there. Danny pops him down to the mat, picks him up. He's to the corner and makes the tag on Joey Maggs. Joey takes his feet away from him. Nice move as he put the slide on him, and the feet went. Quasar hit the mat. Joey tags Danny Davis. Sets him up for Danny as Joey leads. There's a cover. 1, 2, and 3. This one's over. Very alert Joey Maggs jumped in there to keep the other of the Twilight Zone from interfering and allow Danny to complete the 3 count. Danny Davis, Joey Maggs getting themselves a victory here today, and a very good one. Boy, you guys look great. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. You know, I'm real proud of this kid right here. He's coming a long way. A few weeks ago, I come out here, and I told him that I'd love him to kind of watch, learn a little bit, try to win a few more of his matches. He has done that. He's listened well. You proved to me, and you proved to all those people right there today, that you are championship material.
Thank you, Danny. When you came out here a couple weeks ago and made this offer to me, I sat and thought about it. You know, I was on my own for a long time, and I did fairly well by myself. But
you're going to do a lot better now, I can promise you. You know something, Dave? We have got some tag titles coming up real soon. Right. You know, Nightmare Danny Davis has always been tag-oriented. I've been a fair to middling single wrestler, but I was always a great tag team, and everybody knows the Nightmares, Ken Wayne and Danny Davis. Well, right now, you're going to see Joey Maggs and Danny Davis. You might see, that's right, and you might see Bill Dundee and Danny Davis. You also might see Brickhouse Brown and Danny Davis. Oh, yeah. So all I can say is this. Whoever's holding those titles, and we know who you are, You take a good look at this team right here, and then you think about Dundee and Davis, and you think about Brickhouse Brown and Danny Davis, because when the time comes, we're going to take those titles from you. That's a promise.
Danny Davis, Joey Maggs looking great today as a tag team and looking ahead to the World Tag Titles. Back with more in a moment.
It's all out USWA wrestling excitement Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Opening action, Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, takes on the New York Brawler with Downtown Bruno. Then you'll see a special challenge match, no time limit. Nightmare Danny Davis, seconded by Bill Dundee, against Dirty Doug Gilbert, seconded by Hot Stuff Eddie. A grudge tag team battle. Winning team goes for a shot at the USWA tag title. Superstar Bill Dundee and Hot Stuff Joey Maggs take on the Internationals, Sheik Abdul and the Great Samurai, presented by Tojo Yamamoto. A special makeover match. Loser gets his face made up by the winner. Brickhouse Brown versus the Dirty White Boy, Dirty White Girl in his corner. In the main event, a revenge all-out brawl for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Jeff Jarrett puts the title on the line against Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. And wrestling fans in Campbellsburg, Indiana, the USWA is headed your way Thursday, November 8th at 7:30, West Washington High School, sponsored by the High School Athletic Department. Save $1 on advance tickets, and we'll see you Wednesday night in Evansville.
That's right, people. You're going to see all three of us coming to your stinking, raunchy towns. We don't even want to make it, but the USWA has forced us to come there. You're going to see this man right here, Dirty Doug Gilbert, going against Danny Davis. Brother, I'm going to keep a special eye on that match. And then, what I want everybody to get a ringside seat and pull them up real close to that ring. You're going to see myself and Brickhouse Brown, or should I say Sweet Georgia Brown, in a makeup match. And what that is, the loser of the fall has to sit right in the middle of the ring, and then he has to get makeup put all over his face. And don't you worry one little bit there, white girl. I'm going to let you get the job done to Sweet Georgia Brown, because Sweet Georgia Brown, there's no way on the face of God's green earth that you can beat me. So just show up, punk.
Okay. Well, tournament just held, a one-night tournament to crown the brand new World Unified Champion. We will be reviewing that action for you a little bit as we go along. Here's the superstar right here, Bill Dundee. He was involved in that tournament action, too. And, Bill, if you would, join us just for a minute here. The brand new rankings are out now, the USWA Top 10. Of course, the USWA World Champion, the King, Jerry Lawler, is right at the top. But everybody, including yourself, I bet, looking for a shot at that belt.
That's right, and I guess I was the one that was elected. Old Eddie said, go ahead and talk to David, but they're going to show a little tape of some people coming up and just tell them what I know about them, right?
Well, we've got the top 10 list right here. This is, with apologies to David Letterman, I suppose, this is the top 10 list, the challengers for that USWA World title right now. Number 10, Handsome Jimmy Valiant.
What can you say about the Boogie Woogie Man, brother? He just knows it all. He likes to street fight. He likes to wrestle. He likes to do it all. He's number 10, I guess. And Lawler's wrestled him a bunch of times. Well, what can you say about the Boogie Woogie Man except everybody loves him and he'd like to be the world's champion?
He's number 10 on the list. Number 9, a very large and, well, you can say more about him, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Well, the beast from the east, that talks for itself, too. What can you say about Bam Bam? He goes all over the world of wrestling. He's coming in here to try to get a crack at the belt, and he's big and bad, and the name talks for itself. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Number 8 on the list, Dr. Death Steve Williams.
Oh, my God, the more they come, the worse to get. Now, if anybody knows this guy's background, because I do, he's from Oklahoma. He was Big Ten wrestler up there, a real good amateur wrestler. He wrestled for Bill Watts in Oklahoma for some years. I met him down there, and that name talks for itself. Believe me, that's one of the baddest dudes in the world, Dr. Death Steve Williams. If Lawler ever gets hold of him, brother, I don't know. We may have a new champion.
Well, you're exactly right. Also, the man who would have been the number 1 contender, except for one thing. He lost just a couple of weeks ago the USWA Southern Heavyweight belt. Talking about Mr. Excitement, Dick Slater.
All right, now he calls himself Mr. Excitement. When I used to know him, he called himself Mr. Unpredictable. And, brother, that's true about him. I wrestled him in a chain match one time in here before we got hooked up in the chain. He done banged up alongside my head, and the next thing I know, the referee going, 1, 2, 3. So I'm telling you, man, this boy will do anything. So, Lawler, you got your hands full, boy, with this list.
Number 6 on the USWA Top 10 Challenger list, Captain Redneck, he calls himself, Dick Murdoch.
Well, what can you say about the captain? I've known him a long time. When I was a little guy in Australia, he came over there, him and Dusty Rhodes one time. I was just a little guy getting in the wrestling business, so that's how long he's been around. I've known the captain a long time, and that talks for itself. If you lift up the back of his hat, brother, he's got a redneck. He likes to drink beer, fight, go to bars, do it all. Lawler, woo, what a list you got to contend with, brother. But here's the one I want to talk about.
I want to talk about this one, too. Number 5 on the list, the superstar himself, Bill Dundee. And I tell you what, you give away size, as far as height goes, you give away weight every time you step in the ring, but I must have said 1,000 times on this very program, I don't think you've ever stepped in the ring that you felt like you were the underdog.
That's right, Dave. See, the first book they ever gave me to read was that little black one. It's got words on it. It says Bible, and the first story I ever read was about David and Goliath, and I thought, man, he can't beat this guy. But if you read the book from cover to end, brother, you'll know who won the story. David did, right? And that's how I go through my whole life. Everybody said, I'll beat that little punk up. Well, come on down and try. Big, mean Mark tried, and he never did it, did he?
That's true.
That's right. If it wasn't for downtown Bruno, I believe I would have made it all the way to there, and I got carried away and beat up Bruno, and the referee disqualified me. That wasn't fair, Dave.
It was.
But, like I said, Jerry Lawler, everybody's gunning for you, and it's an awful good list, brother, and I'm halfway there, number 5.
You are number 5 on the top 10 list in challengers. Number 4, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Well, yeah, he's certainly not a favorite of the fans.
That's right, and he grew up around here. See, Eddie has a whole host of things that other people don't know, because he grew up right up there in Lexington, Tennessee, and he watched Jerry Lawler all his life, and he watched me, and he's watched everybody else in here. And believe me, the boy is no idiot. He's watched it, stored it in the back of his mind, and he knows what makes you mad, and he knows what don't make you mad, and he has Lawler madder than anybody I've ever seen. I don't know if he meant to run him over in the parking lot with that car or not, but, brother, he got Lawler's attention.
No, he sure did, and has kept it, too. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, number 4. Number 3, Terry Funk.
Well, what can you say about Terry Funk? His daddy was a wrestler, his big brother was a wrestler, so he's, and he's been the NWA World Champion, and he's unpredictable. He'll do anything to win. You can't, like I tell you, Dave, this list is unreal. Lawler, I feel sorry for you, boy. If you go to wrestle one of them every night, you'll be dead at the end of a week.
I remember, too, the Terry Funk-Jerry Lawler match. Remember when they had the problem with Terry Funk's eye? His eye, they were afraid it was permanently damaged, and they came in and they had a match at the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum with no audience there.
Right.
Just a wild match.
I'll show you how goofy Funk is. He wanted that.
That's
Why
true.
would you want to go wrestle somebody with nobody there?
You're right.
Never got paid, all he got with his eye poked out.
I think maybe his thought processes had something to do with that. We won't talk too much about Mr. Funk there. Number 3 on the list. Number 2, well, the universal heartthrob, Austin Idol. And we'll show you more about this a little bit later on. But he was in the ring for the championship match at the tournament.
Yeah, what can you say about this guy, Dave? See, this is what it's all about. I mean, personalities change and friendships change just because this belt's on the line. Everybody wants to be the top dog, and whatever Idol did or he didn't do or he says or he don't do, he's a very good competitor. He's a real good athlete, and he's number 2, and like I said, this list is... Man, Lawler, I don't know how long you're going to keep this belt, boy.
Austin Idol has also proved that he will turn on you in an instant if it means perhaps winning that belt. Jeff Jarrett, the number 1 contender, because he is the USWA Southern Heavyweight Champion. Number 1 contender there is not the world champion. The number 1 contender is Jeff Jarrett.
See, here's the thing. It's a unique situation. We've got Jerry Lawler, the world champion, and I really, well, I can't say I'm a friend of Lawler's. We're off and on love-hate relationship. But, sometimes I help him out, and sometimes he helps me out. If I go to wrestle you, Lawler, that's fine. But Jeff Jarrett, him and I flew over to Dallas on Fridays, and we do all the things we used to do, and I drive up and down the road with Jeff. But the one thing is he's got this belt, and that puts you in the next spot for Lawler's belt. So if I go to climb in the ring with Jeffrey, I'm afraid I'm just going to have to beat him up.
Well, it would be some kind of match to see, Bill.
But the only bad thing about that is that he's going to be beating me up, too. It's not, he used to be the guy who put on about 20 pounds, and he's a great champion. He's a fan favorite, and I hope I am, too. So if we ever get in the ring, it'll be a real good wrestling match.
Bill, thanks for being here with us and running down the top 10 list. We'd like to do this for the fans to show you where the rankings are. And there, of course, right at the top, not the number 1 contender, but number 1 in the USWA, the World Unified Champion, the King, Jerry Lawler. And that's what all the other 10 are going to be shooting for.
That's right, Dave. And what can you say about Lawler? It's all been said about him. It's all been wrote down about him. Some good, some bad, and some in between. But the guy's a great wrestler, great athlete, and a great champion. And the only thing is, I just wish number 5 would get up to be number 1, and I could beat him up, take his belt.
Keep working on it, and I'm sure number 5 will climb into that number 1 contender slot there. Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay, we'll wait there. Speaking of the number 1 contender, the holder of the Southern Heavyweight belt has always been first in line for the world belt. And the holder of that belt, as we've I just indicated is none other than Jeff Jarrett. I do want you to take a look at some times that we're not quite so happy, though. Just a week ago, right here on this very television show, at what happened as we were trying to talk to Jeff Jarrett. Take a look. Come on, guys.
They're going to protect you? Is Granddad Mullen will come out here and protect you, huh? Hey, Eddie. Huh? Is your dad going to come down here and start all the matches for you? No one's ever going to give me a time.
You just wait just a minute. You know what I think your problem is, Gilbert? I think you're a little mentally deranged because ever since you've come back in this area, you've tried to make a name off of Jerry Lawler, and now you're going to try to do it to me. But I think your problem is you're going through a stinking divorce, and this is your
don't
second...
talk about my personal... You don't talk about my personal life that way out here. Now, you expect because I'm telling the truth about your old man, about Eddie Mullen, and all your matches. That's all you care about. That's the only reason why... That's the only reason why he's in this tournament.
Hey, Eddie Gilbert, you're just a little bit off. You know why? Because Jerry Lawler has stayed around this territory for his whole career and made a name. And that's
looking at the new king.
No, you're not. Yeah, I'm going to stay around here. Yeah, Lawler's got offers to go all over the world for every federation in the country. He doesn't go. I've got offers, and I don't go. You went, you tried, and you found out you couldn't do it.
No, that's not true. I did good.
No,
I did good. I did good. You can't say about me.
Just get out of here.
Well, I'll leave.
Yeah, you better.
Come on, Eddie. Eddie Gilbert, I don't know.
Where's Jerry Jarrett and Eddie Mullen at now? Get your dad out here.
Head's cut open. Hit him with that. Shoes. Come on, Eddie. Eddie Gilbert jumping Jeff Jarrett. Said he was leaving, turning blindsided Jeff. And cut him wide open. Right in the forest. Oh, Jeff nails Eddie Gilbert. There's Eddie Marlin out. Eddie, be careful. There they are battling on the floor. Here comes Sam Lowe out. See if the two of them can get them apart. Oh, Eddie Gilbert has just knocked Sam Lowe, his manager, down to the mat. Let's get some more help out here. If anybody's watching a monitor, here comes Doug Gilbert. Here come Bill Dundee, Danny Davis, Jeff Gaylord, Brickhouse Brown. Well, they've got them separated now, Craig. But not for long. Yeah, the question is, well, Jeff not happy with some of the things that Eddie had said. Anyway, these two just said there's no love lost between them. They pointed out they are both second-generation wrestlers. But I can tell you for a fact that Jeff Jarrett and I must say, in fairness, Eddie Gilbert, they have both earned whatever they have won in the wrestling business by doing it in matches. I see Tony Anthony, Dirty White Boy, out here trying to help out, too. Again, they've got them apart. Well, they finally got him out of here. Jeff was scheduled to go then in a World Tag Team title match a little bit later on in the same broadcast. And as things started, there was a substitution for Jeff. But then Jeff came out and said, this is a title match, and I am going to be here with my partner Jeff Gaylord, and we are together going to defend the USWA World Tag Team titles against Doug Gilbert and the Dirty White Boy. They did that, and take a look at what happened. Well, it's the championship belts are on the line. I can understand Jeff's feeling. I'm just not sure it's a wise move.
And here he comes.
Here's Jeff. Boy, maybe it was a wise move. Look at him. Oh, I'm looking under the ring, and I'm seeing hot stuff Eddie Gilbert looking out from under the ring. Over near Dirty White Boy's corner. Yeah, see him right there? That's Eddie Gilbert under the ring. Doug Gilbert stumbling back toward the ring apron.
Why are you telling on Eddie Gilbert?
Well, he's right there on camera. I don't really have to say anything. Look at that Gilbert holding his leg. Holding his foot as Jeff trying to get back into the ring. Referee's tolling the count. This could cost Jeff a match right here. What's the count? The count's 10. That's it. He was counted out. Can you believe that? Counted out. Counted out as Eddie Gilbert was over here holding his foot.
It was Gilbert.
Gaylord under the ring, holding the foot of Jeff Jarrett, would not let him back in the ring. The referee is saying, I counted to 10. You weren't in there. What a strange set of events here for the belts to change hands, and they just have. The referee counted out Jeff Jarrett, so Jarrett and Gaylord have just lost those World Tag Team titles to the team of Doug Gilbert and the Dirty White Boy. Well, there was the situation right there, in case you did not see it last time around. That was it. So well, quite unfair, obviously. You saw exactly as Eddie Gilbert was holding Jeff Jarrett out of the ring as the referee counted to 10. That was that situation. We'll be back to talk more about the action and have some action in the ring for you in just a moment. Stay with me.
It's all out USWA wrestling excitement Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Opening action, Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, takes on the New York Brawler with Downtown Bruno. Then you'll see a special challenge match, no time limit. Nightmare Danny Davis, seconded by Bill Dundee, against Dirty Doug Gilbert, seconded by Hot Stuff Eddie. A clutch tag team battle. Winning team goes for a shot at the USWA tag title. Superstar Bill Dundee and Hot Stuff Joey Mag take on the Internationals, Sheik Abdul and the Great Samurai, presented by Tojo Yamamoto. A special makeover match. Loser gets his face made up by the winner. Brickhouse Brown versus the Dirty White Boy, Dirty White Girl in his corner. In the main event, a revenge all-out brawl for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Jeff Jarrett puts the title on the line against Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. And wrestling fans in Campbellsburg, Indiana, the USWA is headed your way Thursday, November 8th at 7:30, West Washington High School, sponsored by the High School Athletic Department. Save $1 on advance tickets. And we'll see you Wednesday night in Evansville.
In here with the Great Samurai, his latest discovery from Japan. Well, in recent days, it seems they have put together a team called the Internationals, and here is Downtown Bruno leading the way.
Well, Dave, as you and everybody else knows, Downtown Bruno represents Lou Fabiano, who was previously known as the New York Brawler. Well, I do represent him, and as you know, Tojo Yamamoto and myself, the Imperial Tojo Yamamoto and myself, have been close friends for years and years. We finally decided we're going to get together and do something together as a team, as an international effort. This is the Internationals. Tojo's team of Samurai and the Sheik are the Internationals. Right now, I don't want to get too specific about it, but we are making some negotiations right now about a real big deal involving myself, Lou Fabiano, Tojo Yamamoto, Samurai, and Sheik. Now, see, right now, the main thing on my mind is the Tag Team Championship, Dave. You know, for years, I've always had champions. Every time I come out here on this TV station, on this set, I've always had champions. Well, the last several teams I managed proved to be losers. Gaylord and Braddock were losers. I got rid of them. Brian Lee and Don Harris were losers. I got rid of them. Well, I don't see any losers here. I see winners, but I see one problem. There are no championship belts out here right now with the Internationals, Lou Fabiano, Tojo, and myself. Right now, the belts are held by Doug Gilbert and the Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony. Well, I don't have anything bad to say about those guys personally. They share the same philosophy I have. They're good wrestlers. In fact, they're excellent wrestlers. But you know what? They kind of look retarded in a way if you really look at them close.
You know, Downtown Bruno, I tell you, Gilbert, he look retarded, and Dirty White Boy, he look like a septic tank, and the manager, she's not smart. She looked like a little retarded sparrow bird. You know what I mean?
And you know what, Dave? You know what else? They're both bald-headed. One of them's bald-headed because he lost the match and had to. The other one's bald-headed because Mother Nature put him that way. But anyway, without getting too much further into it, I'm very honored to be with my good friend Tojo Yamamoto.
You have quality over here. You have quality. You have quality from the land of the rising sun. You have quality. It goes all right.
Because, see, Dave, Tojo told me all these American wrestlers are a bunch of sissies, and I believe he's right. I'm just joining you over here, too, by the way.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to say that. Downtown Bruno, as if we hadn't heard enough from him already. Tojo Yamamoto leading his Internationals into the ring, Great Samurai and Sheik Abdul Hussein, against the team of Jeff Gaylord, Ken Raper, and Todd Johnson. Six-man tag team match. And also joining the Internationals, Lou Fabiano. Now, have you and Tojo merged this group? Is Fabiano now part of the Internationals?
right now, baby, it's like a trial, baby. We're seeing how things work out, but it looks real good. It looks very promising for downtown Bruno and Tojo Honorable Imperial Yamamoto. And I believe that you're going to see one of the best deals of all time. And Dave, can I explain something to you? You got a minute here?
Go ahead.
Okay. What it's going to be, Dave, once we do make this merger and the international and the downtown connections come together, we'll probably call it the international connection, you understand me? This way, when we do win the tag team championship, it can be any combination of us defending those championships, because we will all be the champions. In other words, it could be Fabiano and Samurai, it could be the Sheik and Tojo, it could be me and Samurai, it could be me and Fabiano, just with me and Tojo. I don't know if I mentioned that already. So you understand the possibilities are endless, Dave. It's going to be the biggest deal that ever went down in the USWA.
Well, it may be and it may not be. Number one, I understand the deal is not complete. And number two, I'm not sure that what you've just described is legal under the rules. I think we're going to have to go to the rule books and check that particular one out. If 3 people can defend the belts that are held by 2 people. But an interesting proposition nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, David. I guarantee it's within the rule book, because we're going to sign a contract and make us a unit. One single unit with 2 leaders. The Honorable Tojo Yamamoto and Downtown Bruno will be the leaders of this unit. And anything we say goes, because they have to deal. The promoters, Buddy Wayne, Eddie Marlin, whoever, any of these promoters have to come to Tojo and have to come to Downtown Bruno if they want to have any of these members on their cards, you know. So they have to come through us. We don't take orders from anybody. They ask us permission, you understand me?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's not exactly that way, however. Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, over to the corner, makes a tag on Ken Raper. Ken Raper in the new battle against the great Samurai. Tojo Yamamoto with a kendo stick over in the corner. Samurai chopping. Ken Raper now in with a feet. Raper.
It's perfectly legal, too. Admit it, Dave. We're not cheating. We haven't used one cheating tactic.
Not yet.
Legal forearms. Legal.
Lou Fabiano, used to be known as the New York Brawler. Big, broad arm. He stuck it out there, and Ken Raper ran right into it.
So you understand, me and Fabiano go back for a lot of years, brother. He's from New York, I'm from Pittsburgh. We met halfway in between, right up at the state line. And I'm going to tell you something else, brother. You notice Fabiano's wearing black. Out of respect for me, he's wearing black for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well, young Todd Johnson in here just for a couple of minutes. Back in the action now is Ken Raper. Ken.
You know, I always said Ken Raper looks retarded. You know what? I guess he is, because he would have never signed for a match with the internationals. You know what? When you got Tojo Yamamoto, Downtown Bruno, the Sheik, Samurai, and Lou Fabiano, brother, there's no way around it. You can't win. I don't care if it's Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Gaylord. I don't care if it's Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler. I don't care who it is. I just proved it right here. You cannot beat the international, because it's like Mama says, Dave, it be that way sometimes.
Well, while you were running your mouth, the match ended there as they were able to get a submission out of Ken Raper. Raper being attended to by Jeff Gaylord and Todd Johnson as the internationals, Sheik Abdul Hussein, the great Samurai, and Lou Fabiano. Well, I said they were headed out of the area, but they go back into the ring now. They throw Todd Johnson out of the ring. Downtown Bruno jumping on him outside. Now they got Ken Raper in there. Here comes Joey Maggs in to help out. Joey Maggs in to try to help out a little bit, and the Sheik and Lou Fabiano have him doubled up back in the corner. The Sheik.
That's what happens when you mess with the international. That's what happens when you mess with Bruno and Tojo. You get hurt.
Looks to me like the Sheik loaded up that right boot as he kicked Joey Maggs.
Dad, you're seeing things. You're seeing double.
Yeah, I'm not seeing double. I saw exactly what he did. Tojo with that kendo stick. Popped Joey right in the top of the head with it. Lou Fabiano. Still won't turn loose of Joey Maggs. Here comes Danny Davis. Bill Dundee right behind him. And now, all of a sudden, the internationals have decided time to get out of the ring. And it looks like maybe we're going to get them out of here. Tojo has turned and seems to be leading them out. Everybody leaving except that goofy Sheik. And now Bruno's got him in tow. Come on, Bruno. Don't let him head back to the ring. Get him out of here. There they go. And, oh, my goodness, Joey, they hit him in the top of the head. They got him cut open. Danny Davis attending to him along with Jeff Gaylord, Bill Dundee. Todd Johnson thrown out of the ring. He's down on the floor down here. Same thing is true of Ken Raper, who is out of the ring. Well, it was really basically 5 of them in here, the internationals, and then Lou Fabiano, and then you had downtown Bruno and Tojo Yamamoto, maybe even 6 of them if you count Tojo's kendo stick. Joey came in to help out, and they all of a sudden doubled up and tripled up on him. And there they go, taking him out of here. Well, we'll be back. We've got more USWA Championship Wrestling to come. USWA World Title Tournament, which was held last week. And it started out with, I believe, 10 preliminary matches. And remember, these preliminary matches, most of them could have been main events at any arena anywhere around the country. You had some great pairings here as guys had come in from all over the United States in order to try to get a shot that very night at the World Unified title. The title had been declared vacant because the former champion had not defended it for several occasions, and it was determined by the USWA Rules Committee that there would be this big, huge one-night tournament to determine the brand new World Unified champion. Well, as all the preliminary matches ended and people kept advancing toward that final match of the night, there was, toward the semifinals, there was a match in which Eddie Gilbert was going against the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. Now, those of you who were in the Coliseum at Memphis that night know that Eddie Gilbert offered Austin Idol everything, including cash. I don't know how much, but I do know he made him a cash offer if Austin Idol would step aside and allow Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert to go against Jerry Lawler for the World Unified titles in the finals. Austin Idol refused to do it. They had the match. It was Austin Idol who ended up getting the victory. So, as they advance to the finals, it's Jerry the King Lawler trying to regain the World Unified title against the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. Take a look at the finals that night.
The life out of the injured neck of Jerry Lawler.
This is a travesty. What a night for Jerry Lawler. He has won the world title one more time, but Austin Idol has turned his back on him. Eddie Gilbert and Terry Funk have just made a mess of the whole thing. And Jeff Jarrett, who tried to help, has now been left laying in the ring also. Well, you saw exactly what happened right there, and Jerry Lawler did not even get much opportunity to celebrate that great victory, as once again he is the World Unified Champion because of what you just saw right there. On the phone right now from Cleveland, Ohio, I think most wrestling fans know that Jerry tries to make at least one trip to Cleveland, Ohio to do some television taping and other things once a year. And from Cleveland right now, Jerry, you on the phone?
I'm on the phone, Dave. How are you?
Doing just fine. Jerry, the fans here and all across have just seen what happened at the Mid-South Coliseum on Monday night, the night of the tournament. I know you didn't have to see the tape because you lived it.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, the first thing I wanted to do on this call was to thank, first of all of the fans that were there for the support. You know, I always feel like it's a special... I feel like I have a special edge whenever I'm wrestling in Memphis, Tennessee, which is my hometown, or in this area, because the fans' support has been so good. And I don't really know how to explain it other than the fact that there's always something, I guess, there in the back of my mind that, you know, I feel like I owe so much to these fans that I don't want to let them down. And no matter how bad things get in a match, that's always back there, and so it makes you able, or at least it does me, able to reach down and get that extra little bit and try to hang in there. I had a lot of tough opponents there in the tournament, and I was, you know, not only from the fan support, but I feel real fortunate to make it through there, going against Mean Mark Callis and Dick Slater, and then Terry Funk, and then Austin Idol. You know, I think if you put somebody's name up against that list of talent, it would be tough to figure you're going to come out on top. But like you said, it was a big win, and the only problem with that was the fact that I didn't really get to enjoy it until a couple of days later, for the simple fact that I was carried out of the ring, basically, and I also wanted to thank Jeff Jarrett for coming in and helping me out there, and you know, just the sad or the upsetting thing about this situation is once again, you find out that it's really difficult in this profession to count anybody as your friend. Here's a guy, Austin Idol, who, you know, just a few weeks ago we were partners, and he assured me at that time that everything was fine between he and I, and that, you know, that it was strictly a good relationship, and that we could wrestle for, you know, any kind of tag team titles anywhere in the country, and he would be right there to watch my back and be right by my side. And you see what happens the first opportunity that he had to win that title. I mean, it just threw friendship out the window, and then along with the help of the jerk Eddie Gilbert and Terry Funk, you know, they did a pretty good number on Jeff and I.
Well, he sure did. And Austin, you know, it sounded pretty good at the beginning. He wanted to have a nice scientific match and all of that. And then all of a sudden, bang, he nailed you right from the beginning. But you were able to come back and get the 3 count. Jerry, this week, as you know, there is a return revenge match. Not a return, but a revenge match coming up in which you and Jeff, who ironically is the #1 contender now since he holds the Southern title, but you and Jeff are going to be partners coming up against these two, Austin Idol and Eddie Gilbert.
Well, that's right. You know, Jeff and I both talked about this when we were able to talk again. You know, Jeff and I talked about this match, and it's something that we both want because, I mean, the situation is that you cannot let, I mean, even though we both come out of this thing, be with the Unified Heavyweight Championship, and as you mentioned, Jeff's the Southern Heavyweight Champion, if you let jerks like Eddie Gilbert and Austin Idol get away with this kind of a stunt, I mean, you know, I mean, not only does it kill your credibility among other wrestlers, but it does something for your own self-respect. I mean, you know, it's hard to think of yourself as a champion and feel like you're a champion and to be viewed as a champion by not only the fans but the other wrestlers when the last time you face these two jerks, you're being carried out of the ring. You know, and it's nothing more that Eddie Gilbert and Austin Idol would like to do is to shout all over the country that, you know, they took the Southern Heavyweight Champion and the World Heavyweight Champion, and the two of them had to cart us out of the ring. So, you know, we're not going to stand for that, and I just want Austin Idol to realize that he has now made the mistake of his life. I mean, he thought he made a mistake before when he and Tommy Rich double-teamed me. Well, I'm going to tell you something. He's going to pay in spades this time for what he and Eddie Gilbert did, and I'm not going to, you know, I just can't wait. Jeff Jarrett's going to be a great partner, and he wants these two jerks just as bad as I do. And so all I can tell him is they better watch out because this week we're going to be ready from the opening bell.
All right, Jerry, thanks very much for interrupting your trip there to talk to us. We did want to get the new World Unified Champion on the air here today, though. We'll let you run right now, and we'll be looking for that match coming up, the revenge match. Thanks again.
Okay, Dave.
Okay, we will take a break, and we'll be back with you in just a moment.
It's all-out USWA wrestling excitement Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. Opening action, Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, takes on the New York Brawler with Downtown Bruno. Then you'll see a special challenge match, no time limit. Nightmare Danny Davis, seconded by Bill Dundee, against Dirty Doug Gilbert, seconded by Hot Stuff Eddie. A grudge tag team battle. Winning team goes for a shot at the USWA tag title. Superstar Bill Dundee and Hot Stuff Joey Mag take on the Internationals, Sheik Abdul and the Great Samurai, presented by Tojo Yamamoto. A special makeover match. Loser gets his face made up by the winner. Brickhouse Brown versus the Dirty White Boy, Dirty White Girl in his corner. In the main event, a revenge all-out brawl for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Jeff Jarrett puts the title on the line against Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. And wrestling fans in Campbellsburg, Indiana, the USWA is headed your way Thursday, November 8th at 7:30, West Washington High School, sponsored by the High School Athletic Department. Save $1 on advance tickets, and we'll see you Wednesday night in Evansville.
You know, every time I walk around the neighborhood now, I got people saying, "Hey, honey, how you doing, sweetheart?" The homeboys come over to me and ask me for a date. Let me tell you something, Dirty White Boy. You embarrass me. You and your little
ooh, if I can call her what I want to call her, want to play around with makeup and dress me up, well, pay back. And I'm going to pay you back, dirty white boy. I tell you what, I got you in a makeover match, and when it's all said and done, hey, brother, I might even take you out on a date and kiss you, fool, because I'm going to tell you something right now. You don't play with me like that. The name of the game is professional wrestling. We don't have nothing like that going on here. You want to make me over? Let me tell you something right now, brother. If I wear it, I wore it well, but I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be the best you ever look when I get a hold of you and turn you loose. You gonna look mighty fine.
You know, just shut up a minute, boy. You're looking at the new World Tag Team Champions, and I'm telling you right now, Dave Brown, nobody can beat us, baby, because we're going to hold these titles as long as we want, and when they get retired, it'll be Dirty Doug Gilbert and myself, along with the white girl, that will retire these World Tag Team titles.
Well, you're going to have to defend them in the ring, no doubt about it. What is this picture here? Oh, come on. You've got Brickhouse Brown with that makeup on. I guess you're proud of yourself there. You've got a match in the ring. How about heading for the ring?
Let me tell you something. We'll go to the ring when the world champions get ready. Let's go, baby.
Instead of headed for the ring, looks like they're headed out of here. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll get them back and get the match underway. Stay with us. That's it for today. See you next week on USWA Championship Wrestling. Until then, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station.